What's up, everyone, and welcome to the third episode of the Screen Kid Movie Report. I want to start off by saying thank you to all the people who have subscribed to my channel. Let's try and get that number to 100 by, let's say, October. No, that's crazy. Let's try and get that number to 100 by November. So please smash that subscribe button. And shout out to one of my best friends who has a birthday today. They're actually the ones who inspired this video today. And in case there are any other people who have a birthday today, this friend's name starts with the letter J, just so we can clear that up. Now, today I thought, because there's not really been any new releases or anything coming out with Hollywood for appropriate films to watch around now, well, until we get to the holiday season, I thought we would go back in time and review one of another DreamWorks' successful franchises, that being How to Train Your Dragon. So, let's get started. Well, like in my first video, I do have to admit when I have made a mistake, and I did make a mistake here. I did botch the order of how I'm supposed to watch movies. Like I said in the Kung Fu Panda video, I don't think me in my youth understood how I'm supposed to watch movies by watching them in order. So, like the Kung Fu Panda movies and a couple other franchises we'll get into later, I botched the order of how to watch the How to Train Your Dragon movies by watching the first one after I watched it in school. But then the third one came out like a week later, so I went to watch that in theaters, even though there was a second one. I don't know how I didn't put two and two together. Well, I guess I just made a mistake.
Made another mistake.
So next time I will try to do better in the future, because I am older now, more mature, but I can't promise that I'm going to keep reviewing movies in botch orders. Oh, good. You guys are going to be so mad in the next video. Anyways, let's get into the review. Well, to quickly start off with the first How to Train Your Dragon movie, I did really enjoy this film. Watching this film as a normal 10-year-old, it was such a fantastic film. I think that the How to Train Your Dragon had a great start to the franchise, and it was back in like 2010, and this I think was the era of prime DreamWorks, where we had Madagascar, and we had Shrek. Well, Shrek was ending, but DreamWorks was really doing a lot of wonders back then, and that's when we got Kung Fu Panda 2, which I said is my favorite Kung Fu Panda movie of all time. So I think that the How to Train Your Dragon movies did a lot of things well. I love the backstory to Hiccup's character arc. The side characters were a bit weak in this film. I felt like the other Viking characters who were also learning how to kill dragons did not really have anything, but a little more insight on the plot. The plot was basically about, we're in a Viking age where dragons are raiding the land, and basically a Viking should learn how to, take down a dragon. But Hiccup is unlike the others, even though his father is like the leader of all the Vikings and is like the best dragon hunter of them all. So it's kind of weird how he can't really kill a dragon, whereas the dad can. So he goes to this school where he's supposed to learn how to kill dragons, but instead he accidentally shoots down what we call a Night Fury, this black type of dragon that can shoot purple fire, which is supposed to be the most powerful of all dragons. He shoots it down and is unable to, finish it off. He instead befriends it, which is not good, apparently. So throughout the whole show, it's him bonding, throughout the whole movie, it's him bonding with that dragon and basically trying to prove to himself and to, the country that, hey, we don't have to kill these dragons. But his dad, being his dad, does not accept that. And he boneheadedly reveals where the dragons live and everything. So the dad tries to go kill them. So basically in this movie, you could say the antagonist is his father. Yes, no, I don't know. I mean, the real antagonist of the film was that big dragon at the end that tried to eat all the other dragons when they didn't bring food. So, I don't know. I don't even think there really was an antagonist in the film. I mean, you can have a story without an antagonist, right? I mean, plenty of movies have done that well, right? Can't think of any right now, though. So that's why I think How to Train Your Dragon did some things well in that sense. It was a great origin story. I liked the other side. I liked one side character, the love interest, Astrid. Well, yeah, that was kind of weird. They rushed that relationship, whatever. But yeah, I really think DreamWorks had a good start to the franchise here, and that How to Train Your Dragon, the first one, was actually really good. They did a lot of things well. But the actual dragon, the Night Fury he was supposed to kill, we love this character. He's named Toothless in the film, and I think he's probably the thing that made this franchise so special. He can't talk, but he has, probably this great personality. He's just so cute, lovable, and just basically he's like it's like having a pet, like I'm like having a dog or something, but like, that can fly and shoot fireballs. It's so cool. And I really love how they did that. But eventually, in the end, he's able to convince the whole country that, hey, dragons are friends and whatever, even though he loses his leg in the process. Guys, this is Vikings times. Let's get with the times here. So I think, I think that they really did a great job to start this franchise off. And I had hoped, after watching this in the class, that it would get better. So let's move on to the second one, How to Train Your Dragon 2. Now, moving on to the second movie. Now, I watched the second one after I watched the third one, but in my defense, the third one is called How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. So any normal kid could have been fooled into thinking that that's the third one. I know. So, after watching the second one, I felt like, there's a lot of plot holes that were missing because, after all, I watched the third one. So there's a lot of very important things that happened in the second one, and then things that happened in the third one. So everything was kind of mixed in my mind. So after I rewatched it again, I'm gonna do my best to review it without like confusing myself in the process. So the main plot of the movie is now that there is this new dragon hunter. Also, I think we fast forward like 6 years. There are TV shows in between this, but I am not going into the TV shows. I made that mistake with Kung Fu Panda. I do not think the time jump is fine. I just feel like the animation gets so much better, by the way. Quick shout out to that. Like, the animation becomes so much bigger and better. I think DreamWorks actually got better at that as they keep going into their film. So I really gotta quickly shout out to that. But the plot was actually much better. We actually get our first antagonist of the franchise. This guy named Drago Bloodfist. Please, the name. DreamWorks, the names, guys. But yeah, he was apparently this really dark dragon hunter who like knew how to control them. Yeah, okay. He's apparently an old enemy or frenemy of Hiccup's dad. So in that whole process of that film, Hiccup is trying to go to Drago Bloodfist and show him that, hey, dragons are cool. See, Hiccup, I know that your country believes something, but like trying to go to a national terrorist and tell him the same thing is not the wisest idea, especially when you have the most powerful dragon on your side. Don't you think he would, I don't know, want it dead? But, so, yeah, that was a mistake on his part and a pretty big plot hole, but yeah, they did that. And throughout the movie, he's just trying to like get to him and trying to like tell him that, hey, dragons are cool. In the whole thing, he does find his mom and all this. Yes, guys, people have moms, okay? So he finds his mom in this kind of weird thing, making it almost look like she's the bad guy. Trailers, what are you doing to us? Looks like the mom was also some kind of dragon savior the whole time too, and that's why, and she had gotten taken away by a dragon. Oh, it's complicated. Watch the movie. So yeah, he finds the mom, and then the mom, it looks like the family's back together for one point, and then the dad dies. Oops, I'm sorry, I dropped that big bomb on you. Were you not expecting that? So, I think, that was not the funnest thing they did in the film, because after all, I watched the third movie, and the dad wasn't there, and then I watched the second one realizing, oh, he died. What? So, yeah, so now he just has his mom again, so it's kind of like a switch kind of divide thing, and Drago's main goal was to kind of just control all the dragons and be like the ruler of the world kind of thing. Again, the side characters weren't used that much. Of course, they were like his best friends in the whole thing, helping him with adventures, but not so much. There was a new character who I like. What was it? Aerith, son of Aerith. Guys, these names. So after that, Drago ends up taking control of Toothless, his dragon. In fact, that's how he kills Hiccup's dad. Yeah, that was cold. Using your best friend to kill his father. That was an interesting move by Drago, which is making him one of the feared villains in DreamWorks. Obviously, he's got nothing compared to some we'll be going into in the future. But I think, he was a pretty fantastic villain. He also had control of another giant dragon. And then apparently the good guys also had another giant dragon who lost to the giant dragon in a ritual trial by combat. What is it with this film and giant dragons? It's not like the movie is called How to Train Your Dragon. Oh. Yeah, so the movie was really good. It had a lot of great aspects to it. You beefed up Hiccup and Astrid's relationship, which I liked a lot. The side characters got a bit of a role, and then his little dragon pet took control of all the dragons in a good way, not like some tyrant king way. He's like a nice king, good king, not King Saul. So, yeah, after all of that, I think that How to Train Your Dragon 2 was a pretty good movie. They did a lot of things well. I don't know if it's better than the first. Again, report cards, people. That's what's going to tell us everything. So, let's move on to the third one. How to Train Your Dragon 3. Or, I guess if we're going titles, really, How to Train Your Dragon The Hidden World. So, when watching the third one, now I guess I don't know whether to review this as a kid or as an adult or teenager. So, I'm just going to review this in the middle and try my best to do that. I remember watching this film. This film was awesome. It's rare for a movie franchise to get better after the original. There are so many movies where the original was fantastic and they just made like 3 more sequels that were terrible. But it's like, maybe did How to Train Your Dragon get better? Again, report cards will tell us. But Hidden World was so fun to me. Like watching that in theater, the trailer, everything was fantastic about that film. It basically follows Hiccup. I think. What's our time jump here now? I think we just really pick up right after the events. Hiccup is now trying to free every single dragon that's been captured because we got a new villain on the loose, and this one's called Grimmel the Grizzly. Okay, not gonna lie, that's a cool name. DreamWorks, we're getting our act together with the names. So this guy also is a dragon hunter. This guy also controls dragons. Where's the originality here? But I guess what else can you do, really, right? So, this villain comes and he is, pretty fantastic, actually. Because Hiccup's goal right now is to free every dragon and bring them all to Brook. Okay, you have a little island. That's not going to fit every dragon in the world now, is it? I think, yeah, that's kind of the point of the movie. So, but then there's also this little talk about this hidden world where, like, all the dragons come from. This place where, like, he says, if we all move there, our dragons will be safe forever. Problem is, this new hunter guy has a Light Fury. Okay, I think I mentioned before that the Black Dragon, Toothless, is a Night Fury. Light Fury is, like, the female version of Night Fury. So what do you think is gonna happen when a female version meets the male version? Come on, guys, biology people. So after the whole romantic tension happens, it kind of becomes a little thing where Toothless is trying to win the affection of this Light Fury. Thank goodness, no voice acting. It's perfect. And through all of this, Hiccup is just trying to find the hidden world and sort of run away from Grimmel and also trying to, like, take him down. But Grimmel is actually a really good villain and really smart, too, as he has this little poison thing that can instantly paralyze a dragon or control it. So he's a pretty smart villain. Let's fast forward near to the end where he does end up capturing Toothless through some more cunning tricks and some dumb side character plot holes. But he does end up doing what he needs to do and unfortunately does take the dragons. But after a big roundup and actually some pretty cool action scenes. Also their suits. These dragon skill suits look fantastic. So after those action scenes, he gets the Night Fury back. But in the end, he realizes the dragons in him got apart. Oh, you're going to make me cry, people. But I swore I would never cry in cinematic history. So, he lets the dragons go, basically saying that they'll be better off without us. Hiccup and Astrid get married. Yay! 3 movies. Yeah, perfect. That's how relationships are supposed to work. And yeah, that's kind of how it ends. Of course, there's a bit of an end credit scene where it looks like he has 2 kids and then he'll, like, find the dragons again. Okay, a 4th movie? I'll take it, but no, we didn't get a 4th movie. We got a holiday special with that nothing to do with anything. Yeah, and then we also got, like, another TV show which was set, like, 200,000 years in the future. Who cares, people? Who cares? Hey, at least we're getting a live-action remake. Maybe they'll make 5 movies out of that, because I think that's what we all want. Well, enough of me ranting about my sorrows. Let's get into the report card. Well, of course, now it is time to begin the best part of movie reviewing, and that is finally rating the movies. Now, looking at the first How to Train Your Dragon movie, I really thought the character development was mid. I mean, What was there to develop? He believed something and just convinced everyone else to believe that same thing. It's not like he really got developed in a way. He was just developing everyone else. That's why I'll still give it a B, but his development itself, it didn't really do anything. The antagonist is a D plus. It's not an F because I guess all of you are gonna say, the dad is the antagonist. You're so dumb. No, it's the giant dragon, and that is a terrible antagonist. So I'm gonna put that at a D plus. The side characters, again, D plus. I guess Astrid was there, but also it was very weak in the film. So no, I didn't really like that. The comedy was a C. Nah, that movie didn't really make me laugh. That's all I have to say about it. And then action was a D. There was action, just not good action, I guess. And plot was an A plus though, but the plot of the movie was still fantastic though. Oh no, does Toothless count as a side character? Oh, biscuits. Well, I'm gonna put that at a 76%, which means a C plus. Wow, the plot really saved it here. Otherwise, that could have been really bad. Maybe I'm being too harsh again. Now going into How to Train Your Dragon 2. Well, character development there was perfection. Now he finally had to realize that dragons cannot be loved by everyone. That was something the main characters realized that counts as character development. The antagonist was a B minus. Drago Bloodfist was a pretty decent villain, and that's why I'm going to give it a B minus. I mean, any villain in the universe takes down El Macho. That was a terrible bad guy. Side characters go to B minus. I guess, yeah. Astrid had a bigger role in the film, and then you give me Eret, son of Eret. These names are killing me, people. The comedy was a B plus. There were some things that made me laugh in this film, so I really enjoyed that. The action was let's see, again, there was action, just not good action. And the plot, again, A plus. The plot of all these movies are fantastic. So I'm going to give it an 86%. That isn't a B plus. We're getting better, people. So let's go into the third one. Character development. That is another A plus. And, I mean, guys, he now has to go to the point where he has to let go of the dragons. Pure perfection. Antagonist, A plus. Side characters. Oh, my goodness. What am I doing? Tell me in the comments, do the dragons count as side characters? Because if they do, I might have to redo all of this because I just put it all at A plus then. But I don't think they do at the moment, so that's why I'm giving it a C plus because there was a reduced role in the film for most of these characters. The comedy was an A. This movie was really funny, especially when the dragons go on a date. Oh, goodness, that was hilarious. The action was an A plus. Like I said, there was actually good action in this film. Like that final sequence was actually really great. And the plot, again, was an A plus, which makes it... I think this is actually the highest rated movie of all time for Screen Kid reviews. Oh, no, Kung Fu Panda 3 and 2 beat it, I think. Maybe? I don't know. Well, it's a 95% and that's an A. So, obviously, that means How to Train Your Dragon 3 is my favorite. And again, the best. I love it when my favorites are the best. So, I was very disappointed when Kung Fu Panda 2 wasn't. Well, that is how I feel about the How to Train Your Dragon movies. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And please drop a comment down below. Maybe we can argue about if the dragons are real side characters or not. I love arguing my points. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Here's a hint. It's gonna be incredible.